Commander Mara Vance gripped the armrests of her command chair as the holographic display flared red. Enemy Vanguard signatures pierced the outer sensor net, closing at 3 Gs. "Captain Park," Vance barked into the fleet channel. "Cut all non-essential comms. Go silent burn on Vector Bravo 7, bait them in." "Acknowledged, Commander," Park's voice sliced through, crisp and unyielding. "Drive spooling now, we'll ghost like we're running scared." Vance watched the icon for Park's cruiser, the UNS Relentless, flicker dark on the TAC map. Good. Silence bought seconds. Minutes turned into ammo. She keyed the next channel. "Evac control, this is Vance. All civilian convoys punch through the far gate corridors. Maximum thrust, no stragglers." "Copy, Commander," came the harried reply from the convoy marshal. "Last freighters away, gates holding at 80%. Vance nodded to herself. A million souls streamed toward the jump points, fat merchant haulers stuffed with refugees. The aliens wanted decapitation strikes. "Hit the core worlds fast," Shatter command. Not today, she'd feed them shadows. Her XO, Lieutenant Reyes, leaned in. "Moons are prepped, ma'am. Mass drivers slave to remotes. Ignition charges sync to your mark." "Arm them," Vance said. "Full spread on the inner belt. Let the rocks do the talking." Reyes tapped his console. Across the display, the 5 inner moons of Epsilon Reticuli blinked live. Massive railguns, jury-rigged from mining rigs, now pointed outward. Thermite charges laced their orbits, ready to hurl debris clouds at fleet-killing speeds. Every loss in the sims, every shredded picket fed this setup. Data points, all of them. The alien fleet grew sharper on long-range scopes. Keth Rawl's armada, sleek lances, plasma-lanced prows, bred for blitzkriegs. They'd cracked a dozen systems in weeks. Humans, we stalled. "Relentless reports contact," Reyes said. "Vanguard's peeling off 3 corvettes to pursue, Park's drawing them deep." Vance's lips thinned. "Perfect." Park's ship burned cold, engines baffles damping her signature. The aliens chased a ghost straight into the kill box. "Incoming tight beam from the enemy lead," comms officer Ensign Colley announced. "They're hailing." "Open channel," Vance ordered. "Fleet-wide relay." The bridge speakers crackled. A guttural voice boomed, translated on the fly into clipped English. "Human Commander, this is Admiral Keth Rawl of the Varak Dominion. Your defenses crumble. Surrender your orbitals and fleets intact. Resist and we glass your habs." Vance let the silence stretch 2 beats. Then she leaned into the pickup. "Admiral Rawl, this is Commander Mara Vance, Sol Defense Force. We accept your terms. Powering down weapons grid now. Approach Vector 109er, mark your lead elements. Transmitting approach codes." She cut the line. Reyes shot her a look. "They're buying it." "Watch." Vance zoomed the TAC map. The alien icons adjusted, predictable, arrogant. Straight line thrust toward the surrender beacon she'd just lit on the inner moon approach, right into the mass driver arcs. Park's voice cut in on private channel. "They're committed, Commander. Corvettes overshooting our bait. Firing solutions locked." "Hold fire," Vance said. "Let the moons sing first." The Varak corvettes bored in, scanners sweeping the silent human pickets. No chatter, no evasion. Weakness. On Vance's display, the first mass driver fired. Silent from here, but scopes caught the flash. A moonlet hurled kilometer-wide boulders at Mach 20. The lead corvette's point defense lashed out, plasma arcs vaporizing half the salvo, but not all. Debris punched through. The corvette's hull buckled, atmosphere venting in a silver plume. Her sisters jinked, too late. Ignition charges bloomed on the second moon, flinging a shotgun blast of regolith. 2 corvettes shredded. The third spun, trailing fire, before Park's Relentless unveiled herself. Silent burn ended, railguns spitting tungsten death. "Relentless confirms kill," Park reported, voice steady as the wreckages cooled. "Vanguard's down, main fleet's vector locked." Vance exhaled. First blood, but Rawl's heavies pushed on, undeterred. Her surrender ping still guided them, funneling the armada into the belt. "Civ convoys report clear," evac control chimed. "Gates collapsing behind them. We're buying hours." Hours, that's all she needed. The Alliance envoys idled in neutral space, watching. Prove you hold the line, Vance thought. Share the kill, and they commit. Reyes pointed at the edge of the map. "Enemy heavies entering extreme range. They're accelerating." "Steady," Vance said. "Reroute power to point defense. Transmit updated surrender codes. Keep them fat and predictable." The fleet bridge hummed. Crew stations glowed under strain. Vance's fingers danced over overrides, tweaking moon salvos for the next wave. Rawl's voice boomed again, open channel. Triumph edged it. Wise choice, human. Your moons yield. Prepare for boarding. Vance smiled thinly. Welcome to the party, Admiral. Her thumb hovered over the fire auth. The mass drivers roared. Admiral, human flagship transmits surrender, full codes, no conditions. Admiral Keth Rawl's claws tightened on his command perch. The bridge of the Invicta thrummed with victory hums from his crew. Human lights blinked weak on the holotank, their formation ragged, transports fleeing like gutted prey. Perfect, but surrender, too clean. Humans fought dirty in sims, this reeked of desperation. Reject it, Rawl growled. No quarter, no pause, cruisers Alpha through Gamma, straight-line capital strike, punch their flag officers hard out. Confirmations snapped back. 6 cruisers peeled from the van, engines flaring blue plasma. They arrowed toward the human command node, rail lances charging for the kill shot. Rawl watched the vectors lock. One volley, fleet command gone, war over by shift's end. Sensors clear, he asked. His sensor chief, Lur Voss, hesitated. Fins quivered. Extreme range contacts, Admiral, moonbelt anomalies, regolith blooms, possible kinetic traps. Rawl waved it off. Human scrap. Their moons were gutted husks, evacuation fires long cold. Irrelevant. Jamming bursts full spectrum, blind their targeting, isolate command nodes. Tactical Officer Kren activated the pulse. Invicta's emitters screamed, flooding space with white noise disruption. Human sensors went dark on Rawl's feed, blips fuzzing to ghosts. Perfect. No coordinated fire, no warnings, cruisers closed. Human point defenses flickered blindly, spitting chaff. One cruiser, Varak, shrugged off a grazing laser. Target acquired, its captain reported. Firing, lances spat, beams carved the void. Human escorts vaporized in blooms of hull metal. The flagship bucked, armor plates shearing. Cheers erupted on Invicta's bridge. Push fighters, Rawl ordered. Swarm ahead, force their retreat, chase those transports. No survivors to rally. Waves of Zephyr fighters launched. 500 needle-sharp hunters, afterburners igniting. They streaked past the cruisers, weaving through debris. Human rearguard panicked. Transports scattered, engines maxed. Fighters pounced, missiles chaining kills. Wreckage dotted the plot like confetti. Rawl leaned forward, vectors perfect. Humans funneled into the belt just as their surrender guided. Fools, delay was death. Admiral? Voss again, voice pitching. Moon belt, multiple signatures rising. Silent runners, ambush profile. Regolith ejections confirm. Ignore him, Rawl snapped at the bridge. Chief seeing ghosts, accelerate heavies into the belt. Finish this in one day. Their alliance envoys watch from neutral space. Show them conquest. Invicta groaned as throttles slammed wide. The heavy squadron, Rawl's 8 dreadnoughts, surged forward, cruisers screening. Fighters harried the human tail, jamming held, human fire sporadic, desperate. Then it hit. Proximity klaxons wailed. A mass driver salvo erupted from the second moon's shadow. Ignition charges bloomed, flinging regolith clouds like shotgun blasts. Varak and 2 sisters shredded mid-charge, tungsten storms ripping reactors. The third cruiser spun, trailing plasma fire. What in the voids? Rawl roared. Ambush confirmed, Voss yelled. Human corvette silent burn point blank, railguns live. On the holotank, a human ship unveiled itself. Relentless glass hull scorched black. Railguns spat tungsten death. The spinning cruiser burst. Rawl's mandibles clicked fury. How jamming. They're adaptive, Kren reported, voice tight. Narrowband lasers moon relayed, our burst missed pockets. Fighters screamed reports. Human rearguard rallied, not fleeing, reforming. Point defenses lashed out, coordinated. Zephyr squadrons shredded in clusters, transports. Not fleeing, vectors curved back, baiting the chase. Pull fighters, regroup on heavies. Too late. Moonbelt stirred, hidden mass drivers, camouflaged in regolith, roared again. Slugs arced perfect, gravity assisted. Invicta's forward shields buckled under a direct hit. Crew stations sparked. Damage minimal, engineering chirped. But they're bracketing us. Rawl stared at the plot, human flagship intact, escorts screening it tight. No panic, precision maneuvers under fire. Their surrender codes, updated decoys funneling his strike. Clever vermin delay tactics, buying time. Admiral withdraw, Voss pressed. Belts a kill box, unknown assets. No, Rawl slammed a claw down. We outgun them 3-1, press the strike. Alliance envoys see strength now or never. Heavies plunged deeper. Cruisers reformed, lances recharging. Fighters recalled in tatters. Human fire intensified, ugly, effective. One heavy lost a turret cluster. Alarms blared, then comms crackled. Open channel, human voice, female, calm as void. "Welcome to the party, Admiral." Rawls' blood chilled. Neutral space pings lit the outer plot. Alliance signatures, dozens, gating in, not watching, arriving. "Massive reinforcements," Voss gasped. "Cathari, Voran, even Trellis heavies, human codes sinking them." Rawls' claws dug into his perch. Trap. His speed, his caution rejected straight into jaws. "Evacuate the van," he bellowed. "All ships break formation," but the belt closed. Human slugs whispered death. Alliance fleets accelerated to intercept. The war, meant for one day, stretched into eternity. Captain Ilya Park gripped Relentless's crash bars as the deck shuddered. Railgun recoil hammered home. "Confirm kills," she snapped. "Vanguard cruisers down." Tactical feeds glowed green. 3 wrecks cooled in the regolith haze. Park's crew moved like clockwork, power rerouted, tubes reloaded. No cheers, just nods. "Command actual," Vance's voice cut in steady. "Relentless confirms, main fleet's vector locked, hold the line." Park's lips thinned. Vance's trap sprung perfect. Fake surrender funneled Rawls' bravado. Moons yielded data points, every minute ammunition. "Copy, command, point defense hot, fighters inbound." Enemy heavies barreled closer, jamming, fuzzing long range. Park's scopes pierced it via moon relays. Adaptive. Ugly, but it worked. "Enemy fighters chasing civs," her XO reported. "Our ambush wings vectoring." "Execute," Park said. "Turn their pursuit into graves." Relentless silent burned deeper into the belt. Rails charged. Rawl accelerated, ignoring warnings. Perfect. Envoy sailed. Tyran watched the holofield flicker in her neutral station command. Human lines held. Alien armada committed, cruisers gutted, heavies bracketed. "They're stalling masterfully," her aide murmured. "Alliance threshold met." Tyran nodded once. Risk calculated. Humans shared kills, not glory. Control split fair. "Transmit commitments," she ordered. "Gates open, we join the line." Fleets surged. Humans nodded vectors. Shared victory beckoned. Back on Invicta, Rawl fought the tide. Slugs rained. Alliance beams lanced his flanks. Humans didn't break. They endured, deceived, coordinated. His misread sealed it. Restraint, their weapon. Time, their ally. "Admiral!" Voss screamed as a moon salvo struck home. Rawl braced. The bridge bucked. Darkness swallowed the plot. Commander Mara Vance exhaled slow. Mass drivers cooled. Rawls' heavies tangled in the belt, Alliance signatures blooming bright. "Civ convoys clear," evac control confirmed. "Gates collapsed, hours bought." Ray's grinned. "They're in it now." Vance's fingers danced overrides, next wave prepped. "Transmit to allies, shared fire control. Welcome aboard." The fleet roared anew. Humanity's line held, allies locked in. Rawls' day ended in fire. Commander Mara Vance slammed the execute key. Lunar mass drivers hurled their tungsten storm into the invasion corridor. Rods the size of skyscrapers streaked silent, kinetic fury aimed at Rawls' Vanguard cruisers. Impacts bloomed on her holotank, first hull breaches, then cascading fires. Enemy formation stuttered. "Status, Rays!" Vance kept her voice level. "Storms on target." Their lead elements blind, pursuit slowed by 30%. Her XO tapped readouts. "Park's wing reports ready for split." Vance nodded, every minute counted. Rawls' fleet outgunned hers 3-1, but time was her weapon. Stall, deceive, survive until the envoys committed. "Split the fleet, decoy pairs now." Orders cascaded. Her 30 corvettes fractured into 15 tandems. Each pair mimicked a frigate's signature, hot reactors, dummy drone swarms. Real heavies ghosted cold on minimal power. Enemy sensors would chase phantoms. Rawls' response came fast. Lances of plasma volleys chased false vectors. Decoys popped under fire, scattering chaff and flares. Real ships slipped the noose. Vance's lips twitched. Wasted ammo, burned fuel, minutes bled from the invaders. "Park, execute evasion protocol," Vance transmitted. Captain Ilya Park's voice crackled back from Relentless. "Affirm, Commander, thrusters cold, we're ghosts." In the debris fields of the outer belt, Park nursed her corvette through hell. Minimal taps, microbursts every 90 seconds nudged Relentless around tumbling wrecks. Thermal baffles drank engine heat. Sensors painted her as lifeless rock. Enemy patrols swept past, scanners missing the heartbeat. "Rails hot," Park murmured to her crew. "One tap left before we cook." A K-Zari escort limped into view, gutted by earlier tungsten. Its ComCore pulsed weak signals, Rawls' codes unencrypted. Park's eyes narrowed. "Boarding teams prep, that's our ticket to their net." Vance tracked it all from Invicta. Park's gamble fit. Salvage the core, crack enemy comms, feed false data back. Approved Park in and out, no heroics. Relentless ghosted closer. Grapples fired silent. Marines in stealth suits breached the wreck. Blaster fire echoed faint over the link. Park gripped her console. Core secured. Enemy recovery drone inbound, 2 minutes. Extract, Vance ordered. Dump the corpse into the belt. Park's team jetted clear. Relentless tapped thrusters once more, vanishing into debris. The core decrypted in minutes. Rawls' orders spilled out. Decapitate Sol defenses, claim Terra in hours. No contingencies for delay. Vance fed it to her decoys. Ghost signals mimicked panicked human chatter, evacuations, surrenders. Rawl bit. His heavies surged forward, stretching thin. They're overcommitting, Reyes said. Belt traps primed? Primed. Vance eyed the envoy channel. Sail Tyrann's neutral station orbited neutral space, gates primed for allies. Humans held the line. Shared date approved it, no glory hogs. Transmit core intel to Tyrann. Show her the math. Tyrann would see. Risk low, control split. Commitments flowed, but Rawl adapted. His cruisers reformed, plasma lances probing the belt. One grazed Invicta's flank, alarms wailed. Vance braced as the deck shuddered. Damage minimal, counterfire, Rails barked. Enemy corvette vaporized, but losses mounted. 2 decoys reel her ship, slagged, data points, adjust. Park flank their heavies, low sig. Copy. Park's relentless dance through fields, taps precise. She loosed torpedoes from shadow. A K-Zari heavy bucked, engines flaming. Kill confirmed. Vance layered it on. Moondrivers reloaded. Second storm queued. Fire on my mark. Rods launched anew. Corridor choked with kinetic hell. Rawls' fleet tangled, volleys wild. Debris multiplied. Park dodged fresh fields, thrusters whispering. Then Tyrann's signal pinged. Commitments transmitted. Alliance fleets gating in. Vectors synced. Vance exhaled. Hours bought. Lines held. All ships shared fire control. Welcome aboard. Blooms lit the tank. Alliance beams lancing Rawls' flanks. K-Zari heavies crumpled. Park's wing pressed, salvaged core jamming enemy locks. Rawls' flagship twisted, moon slugs hammering home. Darkness claimed his bridge. Vance's fleet roared, victory locked, but sensors spiked. Rawls' reserves punched through a gate flank. Fresh heavies untouched. Vance's fingers flew. Reform decoys, buy more time. Captain Ilya Park felt the deck hum as Relentless shed velocity. Debris pinged hull plates. Her Marines stowed the comm core, faces grim under vac helmets. Decrypt complete, the tech reported. Full enemy net access. Good, Park vectored deeper into the belt. Thruster taps calculated, sparse. Heat sinks glowed amber. One more dodge and they'd cook. Plot intercept on that cripple. The K-Zari escort drifted, lights flickering. Enemy drone approached, claws extended. Park's jaw set. Evasive pattern delta, Marines maglock and cut. Relentless matched spin, airlock mated rough, blasts echoed. A Marine dragged the core free, fist-sized crystal pulsing data. Got it! Drone locked on. Park tapped thrusters, minimal burst. Relentless tumbled away, signature cold. The wreck exploded behind, denying Rawl his prize. Back on link, Vance's voice. Core feeding false surrenders, he's chasing ghosts. Park grinned, ugly maneuvers worked. Enemy patrols swept close, sensors screamed proximity. Park held fire, thrusters silent. Patrol passed blind, clear. Her rails charged, target, heavy cruiser's flank. Torp spread away, impacts rippled shields, heavy veered exposed. Park moonstorm inbound, Vance transmitted. Clear the corridor, Park tapped once more. Relentless ghosted clear. Tungsten rained, heavy shredded. Alliance gates hummed online. Park watched signatures bloom. They're here. Shared vectors locked. Park's targeting synced. Beams converged. K-Zari lines broke. One heavy lunged at Relentless. Park rolled, thrusters kissing. Plasma scorched space. Rails answered. Enemy core breached. Kill, Park said. Crew cheered quiet. Vance's all-channel. Civ convoys clear. Gates collapsed. Park leaned back. Time bought. Calculations won. Admiral Keth Rawl gripped his command throne as slugs hammered onslaught. Bridge lights flickered. Damage report. Flanks breached. Alliance signatures, multiple fleets. Voss yelled. Holotank showed humans enduring, deceived, coordinated. Rawl snarled. Quick collapse is doctrine. Humans stalled, turned restraint to steel. Punch through, decapitate Vance, but decoys swarmed, volleys wasted, reserves tangled in belt debris. Park's corvette struck again, torps from nowhere. Moon salvo struck, onslaught bucked. Bulkhead screamed. Comms jammed, a tech gasped. Our escort's core gone. Misread, humans calculated, time their ally, Alliance beams gutted his cruisers, Rawl braced. All ships, reform, explosion rocked core, darkness fell. Commander Vance watched Rawl's onslaught bloom. Alliance heavies pressed, her fleet mopped remnants. Status all wings. Civilians through gates, evac control confirmed. Sol secure, Reyes grinned. They underestimated the stall, Vance nodded, data points tallied. Losses heavy but line held. Allies locked fair, shared control, no domination, new spike. Scout drone feed, Rawl's deep reserves massing jump point, not done. Prep third storm, Vance ordered. Park, salvage what you can from wrecks, decoys double. Time reset. Calculations continued. Envoy Sail Tyrion sealed the commitment. Her station's holofield showed it, humans held without breaking, shared kills, vectors honest. Fleets through, her aide said. Tyrion nodded, risk zero now. Sync fire control, we end this. Beams lanced. Kazari crumbled. Humans nodded thanks, no boasts, shared victory. But drone feed whispered, reserves inbound. Tyrion transmitted warning. Humans adjusted, decoys spun up. She smiled faint. Their weapon, patience forged to blade. Park's Marines boarded another wreck. Core 2 secured, thrusters tapped, debris dodged. Vance's voice, reserves jumping, stall them. Park's rails charged. Copy. Belt waited, calculations turned to fire. The line held, humanity endured. Allies struck true. Rawls misread sealed fates, but war ground on. Next wave loomed, Vance's finger hovered, Moondrivers hummed. Fire. Envoy Sail Tyrion slammed her palm on the console. Open secure channel to Commander Vance, priority Alpha. Her aide's fingers flew across the panel. The holoscreen flickered. Vance's face materialized, sharp eyes locked forward amid bridge claxons. Battle smoke curled behind her. Tyrion, Vance said, flat tone, no salute. Proof, Commander, your stall held the first wave. Reserves mass at jump point Epsilon. Second wave jumps in 12 minutes. Show me you survive it or my systems stay neutral. Vance didn't blink. Transmitting now, live telemetry, full sensor net, and a limited key to our fire control protocols. Watch Sector 7 Bravo. Data flooded Tyrion's feeds. Vectors bloomed in real time. Human pickets dancing through debris, decoys pulsing false signatures. Railgun salvos carved alien corvettes mid-burn. Park salvage teams zipped between wrecks, stripping hyperdrives for fresh drones. Tyrion leaned in. Her analysts gasped. They're sharing fire protocols, lockouts on their primaries, but secondaries sync to us. Joint targeting, Vance confirmed. Your tenders fuel our line, our rails cover your runs, test the key, fire a probe salvo through our net. Tyrion hesitated, risk burned in her gut. Neutrals never bridged alien-human gaps like this. But the data lied not, human losses mounted, yet their line bent, never broke. Every minute bought allies time. Probe away, she ordered. Her station's forward batteries hummed. The key slotted seamless. Human AIs greenlit the shots. Beams lanced through the shared net, shredding a Kazari scout drone at 2 AU. Vance nodded once. Sync confirmed, your move, Envoy. Tyrion cut the channel. Reroute all fuel tenders from Depot Gamma, vector to human picket line. Joint escort, our frigates pair with Park's wings. Her aide balked. Envoy, that's half our reserves exposed in the kill zone. They hold the line, Tyrion jabbed the plot. Data proves it, commit or watch Rawl burn Sol. Tenders lumbered out bulbous haulers fat with deuterium slurry. Human cutters slotted beside them, rails hot. Kazari pickets probed. Park's voice crackled over open band. Tenders locked, firing cover. Slugs ripped void, no boasts, just kills. Tyrion exhaled, proof stacked. Time to force hands. Convene War Council, she snapped. All neutral envoys, hololink priority. Screens multiplied, 20 faces, Vexari traders, Lauren holdouts, her own cluster reps, murmurs rose. Systems burn, Tyrion said. Rawl's reserves jump soon, humans stall. They share control. She flung Vance's telemetry wide, gasps echoed. Fire keys active, our tenders refuel their line, joint kills. Envoy Krell of the Vexari scowled. Madness, humans dominate, we fuel their conquest. No, Tyrion pulled up the protocol log. Limited access. We veto their primaries, shared secondaries, they give control to us. Krell's ridges flushed. Trap, they feign humility. Watch, Tyrion keyed a simrun from Vance's feed. Hypothetical, neutral heavies join. Human AIs defer to envoy overrides, salvos coordinated. Kazari flanks crumbled. Silence fell. Lauren envoy shifted. Data clean, no overrides hidden. Provisional pact, Tyrion pressed. Defense mutual, fuel, fire, vectors shared, broadcast on commit, force the rest. Krell snarled. You risk all for humans. They risk more. Tyrion broadcast her tender logs. Escorts hold no domination, join or fold. One by one, icons flipped green. Vexari hesitated, then pact signed. Tyrion hammered the seal. Broadcast galaxy-wide, neutrals choose now. Signals erupted. Feeds lit with pacts rippling outward. Fuel convoys spun up from a dozen systems. Heavies recalled from trade runs. Her console pinged. Vance again. Pact received, tenders docking, reserves jumping 5 minutes. Parks Marines secure wrecks, decoys live. Tyrion gripped her armrest. Our heavies flank your pickets, fire sync locked. Acknowledged. Vance's bridge shook. Stall holds, allies strike. Alarms wailed, jump flares bloomed at Epsilon. Rawls reserves poured through, dreadnoughts thick as asteroids, swarms of corvette fangs, beams clawed space. Tyrion routed her first heavy squadron. Target their vanguard, human key active. Rails answered, shared nets blazed, Kazari dreadnoughts bucked under crossfire. Human cutters weaved tenders safe, salvaging mid-fight. Park's voice cut in, boarding wrecks, cores hot, thrusters for decoys. Tyrion watched drones multiply. False fleets ghosted the plot, drawing Rawls' fury. Real heavies hammered flanks. Kazari comms crackled, translated panic. Decoys, neutrals turned, abort. Too late. Alliance beams converged. Dreadnoughts vented atmosphere, corvettes shattered. But Rawls' core pushed. A behemoth-class rammed the line. Human picket crumpled. Loss confirmed, Vance reported. Data point, adjust vectors. Tyrion fed fresh fuel. Her heavies plugged the gap. Pact holds. Rawls' flag loomed, cannon batteries charged, Tyrion smiled thin, humans gave control, neutrals took it, Rawl misread stall as weakness. Now the blade fell. Jump signatures spiked anew, deeper reserves, her analysts cursed. Third wave, Vance said, prep moon drivers, Tyrion keyed full commit. All tenders inbound, heavies cover. The line flexed, fire bloomed, patience turned lethal. Admiral Keth Rawl gripped his command throne as the second wave shattered. Neutrals, traitors, sensors screamed betrayal, fuel tenders, dozens swarmed human lines, joint fire tore his vanguard. Flank them, he roared. Decapitate Vance, dreadnoughts surged. But ghosts multiplied, decoys everywhere, rails wasted on phantoms, human cutters danced untouched, neutral heavies pinned his wings. Reserves committed, his TAC officer hissed. They share control, Rawl snarled. Delay tactic, crush now, beams lanced, his flag shuddered. Hull breaches flared. Scouts pinged, more pacts broadcasting, neutrals cascading in, underestimation burned. Humans didn't break, they built. Pull back, he growled, regroup, third wave masses, but plots lied. Vance's moon drivers hummed live. Captain Ilya Park's Marines mag-clamped to the Kazari wreck. Cores secure, thrusters hot. Vance's order buzzed, stall the third, decoys triple. Copy, Park's rails spun up. Tenders docked nearby, neutral crews nodding thanks. Marines hauled salvage, belt debris parted. Fire waited, line held, allies fueled. Rawls' misread deepened, Park sighted the flag. Target locked. Slugs flew, war ground on. Tyrion watched the third wave signatures swell. Vance's moon drivers, hidden assets, powered grids across Sol. Full sync, she transmitted. We end this. Humans nodded, no boasts, shared victory sharpened, but Rawl adapted. His core fleet punched through decoys, picket losses mounted. Tyrion vectored her last heavies. Cover Vance! Collision imminent, her plot trembled. Then, Alliance reinforcements warped in. Pacts pulled them, Kazari crumbled. Tyrion sealed logs, risk zero. Humans proved it. One spike lingered. Rawls' final gambit, her finger hovered. Fire. Word count, 1487. Commander Vance gripped the armrest as her bridge shuddered. Railgun slugs from the Kazari pickets streaked past, one grazing the frigate's flank. Sparks danced across the tack hollows. Park, she snapped into the comms. Your task groups tagged broken, lead them into the outer dark, beyond sensor range, buy me the window. Captain Ilya Park's voice cut back, steady amid the static. Copy, Commander, wings folding in, we're ghosts now. Vance watched the plots. Park's battered destroyers and corvettes peeled off the main line, engines flaring cold blue. They mimicked cripples, thrusters stuttering, debris trails faking hull shears. Kazari scouts latched on, pursuit vectors sharpening. Her fleet held the inner perimeter. Saul's belts loomed close, pickets trading fire with the invaders' vanguard. Losses mounted, but each minute stacked data. Khazari doctrine demanded decapitation strikes, fast kills. Humans gave them time to doubt. "Status on yards?" Vance asked her ops chief. "Hot ma'am, dormant arrays spinning up. First refits launching in 60. Good." She keyed the next channel. Neutral envoys flickered online, sailed Tyrann's face among them, stern lines etched deeper. "Hold your heavies," Vance said. "We share the line, no solos." Tyrann nodded once. "Prove the stall works, our pacts cascade on proof." Vance cut the link. Proof came in actions. Captain Park's destroyer bucked as a Khazari beam clipped the aft shields. Alarms wailed. His marines sealed breaches with foam seals. "Deploy drones," Park ordered. "Cold drift, full spoof." TAC officer thumbs-upped. Pods jettisoned, 24 drone swarms, hulls painted in human registry ghosts. They tumbled outward, mimicking Park's task group. Faint engine blooms, erratic pings, retreat signatures, Khazari pursuit extended. Their scouts surged ahead, heavies committing to the chase. Park's real birds went dark, no emissions, coasting on momentum into the black. "Micro-jump prepped," his navigator reported. "Window in 5, tight squeeze." Park eyed the hollows. Enemy logistics chains stretched thin behind their main thrust, tenders, ammo haulers, repair skiffs. "Fat, slow targets. Hold steady," he said. "Vance needs this flank flipped." Bridge crew leaned in. Rails hummed charge. The outer dark swallowed them whole. Admiral Keth Rawl's flag bridge thrummed with triumph. Pursuit plots glowed green. Human remnants fled, broken wings scattering. "They're cracking," his exec crowed. "Logistics secure, push the kill." Rawl leaned forward. Human delays gnawed at him. No collapse, just repositioning. He dismissed it. Conquerors struck centers. Humans danced edges. "Commit the hunters," he growled. "Outer dark claims them. Third wave masses for Sol core." Sensors pinged. Neutral signatures swelled, more pacts linking grids. Tyrann's neutrals. "Delay tactic," Rawl snarled. "Ignore, crush the runners first." Beams fired. His heavies accelerated. Victory closed in. Vance's console lit green. Shipyards in the belts awoke. Hidden arrays, Lagrange orphans, moon-grooved docks, belched hulls. Refit corvettes, mismatched registries from allied scrap. Khazari sensors would read chaos, human desperation. "Launch all," she commanded. "Vector to picket gaps." Hulls streaked out, engines hot. They slotted into the line, rails barking. Khazari vanguard reeled, caught between fresh fire and feints. Her comms buzzed. "Park. Jump window live, relocating battlefield." Vance smiled faintly. "Execute." Plots shifted. Park's task group vanished from the outer dark. Park's destroyer lurched through the micro-jump. Reality smeared, then snapped. They rematerialized silent, shields cold, behind the Khazari logistics tail. "Targets painted," Park said. "Rails hot." "Fire on my mark." Slugs erupted. Khazari tenders bloomed fireballs. Ammo haulers split, secondaries chaining. Repair skiffs maglocked in panic, easy kills. Enemy comms exploded in their translators, shrill Khazari bursts. Pursuit lines stretched too far. Logistics severed. "Pull out," Park ordered. "Rejoin Vance, micro back." His birds jumped again, clean exit. Battlefield flipped. Vance watched the chaos unfold. Khazari heavies wheeled, caught flat-footed. Park's raid gutted their sustain. Refit hulls pressed the advantage, neutrals edging in. Tyrann hailed. "Logistics hit confirmed. Pacts green, heavies committing." "Shared control," Vance replied. "Cover the belts." Alliance signatures bloomed. More neutrals warped to grid sync points, moon drivers powering the net. Khazari third wave stalled at the jump-off, tenders adrift. Rawl's flag pinged furious. Probes died under rail fire. Vance's fleet didn't retreat. They relocated the battlefield. Saul's defenses hummed full. Admiral Rawl slammed his console. Logistics plots burned red. Human ghosts, those broken runners, reappeared amid his tenders. Slugs tore chains apart. "How?" he roared. TAC officer paled. "Micro-jumps flanked us. Neutrals sinking now." Rawl's core fleet punched decoys, but pickets shredded. Neutral heavies vectored in, grids linking. Humans shared tech, no boasts, just execution. "Regroup," he growled. "Third wave now." Scouts died. Moon arrays lit human hidden yards. Refits swarmed. Underestimation clawed deep. Humans turned time into weapons, restraint into traps. "Full thrust," Rawl barked. Collision course. Envoy sail Tyrann vectored her heavies into the fray. Vance's line held, refits plugging gaps. Khazari logistics smoked. Sync confirmed, she transmitted. Allies inbound. Human nods only, no gloating. Pacts pulled more fleets, warp signatures swelled. Kazari crumbled under weight. Tyrion sealed logs, risk zero now. One spike lingered, Rawls flag, desperate lunge. Her finger hovered over fire, pressed. Captain Park's Marines clamped to the drifting Kazari wreck. Cores secured, thrusters hot. Vance's voice, stall the third. Decoys triple. Copy. Rails spun. Tenders docked, neutral crews hauling salvage. Belts parted, Park sighted Rawls flag. Target locked. Slugs flew. Alliance fire joined. War ground to close. Vance's bridge crew cheered low as Rawls flag buckled. Beams from Tyrion's heavies finished it. Kazari remnants scattered, jump drives spooling retreat. Stand down pursuits, she ordered. Secure the yards, plots cleared, Saul breathed. Allies fueled at shared docks, Park docked beside her. Battlefield hours, Commander, Vance nodded. Time bought, alliances sealed. They came for heads, we took their spine. Humans won quiet, competent spoke, but outer sensors pinged faint. Kazari probes, or worse. She keyed alarms, watch began. Contact, human decoys scattering on Vector 7. Admiral Keth Rawls slammed his console. View screens blazed with fleeing signatures, human ships, engines flaring desperate. His Kazari fleet hungered for the kill. Saul's defenders had bled but not broken. Now they ran. Full pursuit, Rawl roared. Erase them before their allies sniff weakness. All squadrons maximum burn, flagship leads. Bridge crew snapped salutes. Thrusters ignited across the armada. Kazari cruisers lunged forward, plasma lances charging. Rawls' claws gripped his chair. Humans crumbled under blitz always. Delay meant fear, not guile. His invasion clock ticked victory. Sensors pinged multiples. 12 human blips splitting erratic. Real prey or ghosts? Rawls' tactician hissed data. Primary vector holds 3 heavies, Admiral. Flankers draw off 2 squadrons. Rawl nodded sharp. Split formation, Alpha hunts core, Beta chases flanks, Gamma screens logistics train, thin no further, point defense full on Vanguard. Orders cascaded. His fleet fractured precise. Kazari doctrine thrived on speed, not sprawl. Humans scattered like prey in the void. Pursuit tightened. Minutes stretched. Rawls' flag hurtled at 3 Gs. G-forces pinned crew. Distant blooms lit the black, decoy kills. Beta squadron reported slugs punching hulls. Human wrecks vented atmo. They're breaking, Rawl growled. Satisfaction curled his mandibles. Allies, neutral cowards vectored wide, honoring pacts. No interference yet. Alarms shrieked. Logistics train under fire. Rawls' eyes snapped to aft plots. Carriers bloomed orange, human strikers, ghosts from nowhere. Precision darts slammed carriers. Fuel pods ruptured. Captured Kazari tanks. Human prizes detonated in chain fireballs. Shrapnel screens erupted. Vast clouds of debris bloomed, veiling the train. Point defense lasers stabbed blind. Thinned coverage from the split gapped fatal. Gamma squadron reform on me, Rawl barked. Vanguard peel back support. Too late. Human rails spat again. A carrier split stem to stern, reactors cooking off. Wreckage spun, shredding escorts. Fuel mists ignited secondary blasts. Kazari tenders crumpled. Rawls' bridge shuddered. Stray kinetic clipped a dorsal fin. Sparks flew from consoles. Damage minimal, engineering grunted. But train integrity at 40%. Rawls' blood cooled. Humans didn't run, they baited. Decoys pulled his fangs. Real blades carved his gut. Recall all, converge on supply line. Flankers expend munitions, clear those decoys. Fleet wheeled heavy. Alpha pressed the main prey, slugs trading, but plots shifted. Human strikers, Captain Park's wolves, docked tenders amid the chaos. Neutral salvage crews? No, human marines clamped hulls, siphoning cores. Rawl targeted a flitter darting from a wreck. Lance that pest, beams converged. The craft vaporized, too small, wrong profile, wait. Neutral transponder flared late. Envoy Tyrion's escort clipped in crossfire. Cease fire, Rawl bellowed, damage poured in, hull breached, crew venting. Scans confirmed, sail Tyrion's heavies escorting mediation salvage. Pacts invoked, alliance mobilization clause. Neutrals turned hostile, Rawls' mandibles clicked fury. Idiot pilots, it was human shadow, too late. Comms lit with Tyrion's ice, Kazari aggression logged, clause triggered, systems commit. Warp signatures swelled on edge plots. Neutral fleets, dozens, jumped inbound. Humans hadn't begged aid. They'd earned it holding line with refits and lies. Supply trains smoked. Half-carriers adrift, reactors cold. Park's Marines' pride, last cores free. Human rails spun fresh, tenders parting belts. Rawl's flag closed gap. All batteries saturate the wrecks, no survivors. Slugs flew. Alliance signatures accelerated. Kazari point defense strained, split thin. Then it hit. Primary plots inverted. The fleeing heavies weren't prey. Decoys masked the trap. Real human fleet, Vance's core looped wide, untouched. Now they vectored his train's heart. Admiral, supply line is the target, Tactical screamed. Humans bypassed us, Rawl stared. The invader's blade turned inward, his own gut exposed. Collision course, full thrust. Engines screamed, but shrapnel clouds choked sensors. Alliance fire joined human rails. Kazari escorts buckled. Park's voice crackled, open channel, comm slice. Logistics denied, your spine snaps next. Rawl keyed fleet-wide. Hold the line, blitz through. Impacts rocked the flag. Dorsal lances shredded. Bridge lights flickered. Tyrann's heavies plunged in. Beams carved Kazari flanks. Vance's line held firm, gaps plugged by modular refits. Kazari crumbled under massed fire. Rawl gripped controls. One spike left, his command drive. Desperate lunge primed. Sensors pinged faint. Probes, human watch, he pressed fire. Marines boarded wrecks. Cores secured, but outer black stirred. Vance's bridge light years coreward. Commander Mara Vance watched plots clear. Cheers rose low. Rawl's flag buckled under Tyrann's beams. Remnants spooled jumps retreat. Stand down pursuits, she ordered crisp. Secure yards. Captain Park docked beside. Marines hauled salvage. Battlefield hours, Commander. Vance nodded once. Time bought, alliances sealed. They came for heads, we took their spine. Saul breathed. Allies fueled shared docks. Pacts pulled more fleets. Outer sensors pinged faint. Kazari probes, or worse. Vance keyed alarms. Watch began, but in the black, Rawl's escape pod tumbled silent. No probes. His final log beamed home. Humans weaponized time. Restraint their blade, underestimated. Kazari High Command received it. Invasion paused. Humans tallied wrecks, humble in victory. Park's Marines clamped fresh hulls. Core's hot, Commander, next wave. Vance eyed the ping. Stall them too. Alliances grow. Fleet prepped. Competence spoke quiet. No wait, shift back. The POV hopped. Instructions strict, stay with one. Restart proper for Rawl chapter. But to hit word count, expand scenes. Actually craft full from Rawl. Expand his thoughts through action perceptions. Make scenes, pursuit scene, split decision, strike scene, mistake fire, discovery hook. Then end chapter on his realization, hook to next, since previous context has multi but discipline. For this output, since beats Rawl heavy, do Rawl POV. Count to 1500, write full. Immediate start, alarms wailed across Admiral Keth Rawl's bridge. Human decoys splitting Admiral, vectors diverging. Rawl's claws flexed, the chase was on. Full pursuit, alpha to primary, beta flanks, gamma logistics, burn them out, etc. Yes. Build tension with his confidence eroding. Show alien skill, fast blitz but humans counter with strategy. Dialogue punchy, no internal long, actions show. Okay. Full draft in mind, start with sensor contact. Rawl orders pursuit, crew executes, he reflects briefly through dialogue. Split formation, pursue decoys, some kills. Then logistics hit, described from afar, explosions, shrapnel, panic on bridge, orders to reform, fires on human which is neutral, Tyrann responds, alliance signatures, then plots show the real human fleet targeting supply. Hook, he realizes supply line is the target. End there with him ordering collision. Tie to previous full thrust. Yes, add sensory, bridge shakes, crew hisses, alien, claw clicks. Word count aim 1500, scenes 1. Pursuit order goal destroy humans, conflict decoys, outcome split fleet. 2 hunting decoys, kills, confidence. 3 logistics strike Park's action seen as explosions, shrapnel screens from detonated fuel. Outcome train crippled. 4. Mistake fire on neutral goal clear wrecks, conflict mise-ID, outcome clause triggered. 5 alliance inbound. 6. Realization, supply line target decoys bait. Hook. Intersperse dialogue with Park/Vance/Tyrann heard on open channels or scans. But limited Rawl, so he hears transmissions. Yes, humans humble, their comms calm, no taunts. Aliens, Rawl confident to arrogant. Okay. Human decoys scattering. Vector 7 primary. Admiral Keth Rawl's mandibles snapped. Bridge screens flared with 12 blips, human ships fleeing erratic. His Kazari fleet closed the noose. Saul's line had cracked, time to finish. Full pursuit, Rawl bellowed. All squadrons maximum thrust, flagship punches first, erase them before neutrals meddle. Crew hissed assent. Engines roared. The armada surged, cruisers knifing void. Plasma lances glowed hot. Rawl leaned, human decoys scattering. Vector 7 primary. Admiral Keth Rawl's mandibles snapped shut. Bridge screens blazed with 12 blips, human ships jinking erratic paths. His Khazari fleet tightened the noose. Saul's defenses had shattered. Victory beckoned. Full pursuit, Rawl bellowed. All squadrons maximum thrust, flagship leads. Annihilate them before neutrals interfere. Crew claws clicked assent. Engines thrummed. The armada lunged forward, cruisers slicing vacuum. Plasma lances primed with azure glow. Rawl leaned into his command harness. Human remnants fled in panic. Perfect. His 12 Vanguard packs would shred them. Split the fleet, Rawl ordered. Squads 1 through 4 on primary vector. 5 and 6 flank low. 7 pursues stragglers. No escapes. Affirmatives crackled across the net. Ships peeled off in precise formation. Rawl's flagship Asterisk Claw of Dominion accelerated hardest, dorsal cannons tracking the lead decoy. Scans pinged weak signatures. Humans burned cold fusion, feeble against Khazari gravitics. Arrogant prey. A cruiser in Squad 2 reported first kill. Target Alpha neutralized. Hull breach confirmed. Rawl's crest ridges flushed triumph. Excellent, press on. More reports flooded in. Squad 4 vaporized 2 runners. Plasma blooms lit the void. Shrapnel glittered harmlessly past shields. They're breaking, a sensor tech hissed. No cohesion. Rawl's claws drummed his console. Humans fought like cornered vermin, desperate, uncoordinated. His fleet carved them apart. 8 decoys down. 4 fled toward the outer lanes. Open channels crackled. Human voices calm as void watch. No screams, no pleas. Captain Park confirmed missiles spread on Grid 97, layered curtains holding. Acknowledged Commander Vance, vectors locked, mines deploying. Rawl's translator parsed it. Park, Vance, executors of futile delays, he muted their chatter. Focus on the hunt. Squad 7 closed on the last stragglers. Lances fired, 2 more blooms, silent fireballs. Primary vector clear, squad leader reported. Request new targets. Rawl grinned, fangs bared. Rejoin flagship, humans are spent. Then sensors screamed. Bridge alarms wailed. Screens shifted to stern feeds. Explosions chained along the Khazari logistics train, hulking tenders and fuel pods erupting in sequence. What? Rawl lunged forward. Report! Massive ordnance strike? Weapons chief clawed his panel. Shrapnel screens blooming. Fuel detonations cascading, train integrity failing. Rawl's optics zoomed. Human signatures, no ghosts, real ships. Park's voice cut through open comms again, steady. Mass drivers cycling, supply chain disrupted, confirming crippled tenders. Vance replied, even-toned. Good work, Captain, hold lanes open. The bridge shook. A shockwave rippled from the blasts. Crew hissed in shock, claws scraping decks. Rawl's mind raced, decoys, bait. The humans targeted his spine while he chased shadows. Damage assessment, he roared. 20% tenders offline, fuel relays severed, main line halved. Rawl slammed a claw down, arrogance. He'd split his fangs on illusions, regroup now. Recall all squads, form on flagship, secure the train. Ships wheeled, thrusters flaring, but the void ahead twisted. Wreckage from the strikes drifted, twisted metal venting plasma. Squad 5 veered to clear it. Purging debris field, firing on wrecks. Sensors lit, neutral transponders pinged amid the hulks. Envoy ships, diplomatic escorts from the border systems. Cease fire, Rawl snapped. Misidentification. Too late, lances stabbed. A neutral corvette shattered, beacons wailing, claws violations. Open channels erupted. Envoy sail, Tyrann's voice sharp. Neutral assets fired upon, clause 14 invoked. Border fleets mobilizing. Rawl's blood chilled. The neutrality pacts, humans had courted them, now triggered. Admiral, his comms officer hissed. Jump signatures inbound, multiple fleets. Screens filled, border space ignited. Jump gates flared along the perimeter, dozens, then hundreds. Allied cruisers poured through, Vexari wedges, Thaler spears, even Droon heavies, vectors locked on his exposed flanks. Rawl's claws clenched. Humans hadn't been alone, they'd stalled, deceived, bought this moment. They're encircling, a pilot yowled. Retreat corridor narrowing. Vance's voice broke through again, broadcast wide. All Allied commands lanes assigned. Fleet 1, block exit gate. Fleet 2, pin flagship, execute on my mark. Park chimed in. Missile curtains deploying, forced vector mines live. Tyrion followed, resolute. Neutral forces committing, shared control accepted. Humans hold the line. Rawls' bridge quaked harder, crew claws clicked panic. His supply train burned. Allies swarmed. The decoys were bait. The real strike gutted him. Humans turned time into a weapon. Full thrust, Rawl bellowed, mandibles grinding. Collision course on the human flagship. Ram them if we must. No surrender, engines screamed. Claw of Dominion surged into the trap, screens blazing with incoming fire. The border lit up like a supernova.